Hey everyone. So today we're going to talk about something foundational. Literally. We're talking about brick, specifically for projects right here in New Jersey. And we're going to dive into why sourcing that brick locally is, well, it's more than just a simple choice. It's really the cornerstone for building something that's going to last and look amazing.
So, let me ask you, are you building something to last? I mean, really last. Maybe it's a new patio for the backyard, or a beautiful new look for the front of your house. Maybe even something bigger. No matter what it is, the goal's the same, right? You want something permanent, something valuable, something you can really be proud of for years to come.
Well, what if I told you the secret to getting that result? It might just come down to the bricks you choose. Seriously, it's such a fundamental decision, and it ends up defining everything. The look, how long it's going to last, even the story your project tells.
Okay, so where do you even start? Well, like with any great structure, you've got to know your materials first. So let's lay the groundwork, no pun intended, and look at the essential brick types you've got to choose from.
So your first big choice really boils down to two main options: classic clay bricks or the more modern concrete bricks. Think of clay bricks. They're the traditional go-to. They get fired at super high temps, which locks in their color forever and makes them incredibly tough against fire and weather. Then you've got concrete bricks. These are often easier on the wallet, and wow, they give you a ton of flexibility with a huge range of colors and textures.
But wait, it doesn't stop there. Not by a long shot. If you really want your project to have some personality, you can get into specialty bricks. You've got decorative bricks with all these unique shapes and cool textures, perfect for an accent wall or something in the garden. And then, and this is one of my favorites, you have reclaimed bricks. These are literally salvaged from old buildings. They bring this incredible history and a sustainable vibe to your project. You just can't fake that amazing, weathered, rustic look.
All right, so we know our materials. Now let's talk about where we get them. And this is really the core of what we're talking about today, the local advantage. We're going to see why getting your bricks right here in New Jersey makes a huge difference. When you source locally, you get what I like to call a triple win. Okay, so first up, you save money. I mean, hauling heavy bricks across the country costs a fortune in transportation, right? Second, it's way better for the environment. We're talking a much smaller carbon footprint. And third, you are directly supporting your local community right here in New Jersey. It's a win, and another win. And you might be wondering, how big of a difference are we really talking about? Well, get this. An EPA study found that sourcing materials locally can slash your project's carbon footprint by up to 20%. That is a massive, real-world impact you can have just by picking a supplier that's closer to home. This whole thing creates what one source called a ripple effect of positive economic impact. And that just makes sense, right? Think about it for a second. You're not just buying bricks. You're helping to support local jobs. You're helping your neighbors' businesses succeed. And you're investing money right back into the place you call home. It's pretty powerful. Okay, so let's say you're on board. Buying local bricks is the way to go. But how do you pick the right ones? Now we're going to get into the nitty-gritty, the practical side of making the perfect selection for your project. So here's a quick checklist of things you've got to think about. Number one, durability. Here in New Jersey with our freeze-thaw cycles, this is a non-negotiable. Your brick has to be tough. Next, color. Does it actually look good with your design and a landscape? Then think about size. Are standard bricks going to work, or do you need a specialty size? And finally, and this is a big one, you have to make sure it meets all the local building codes.
Okay, and listen up, because this is super important if you're doing any kind of renovation or addition. How do you match existing brick? Well, there are 3 key steps. First, get an actual sample of the original brick. Don't just eyeball it. Second, look really closely at the mortar color and the style of the joints. It makes a world of difference for that seamless look. And third, if you're ever in doubt, just talk to an expert. A pro can help you find that perfect match, no question. So as we start to wrap this up, let's pull back and connect all this practical stuff to the bigger picture. Because really, this isn't just about your project. It's about your project and your community. It's about building with a real sense of purpose. You know, there's this great quote I came across: "The road to success is always under construction." And I just think that frames this whole thing so perfectly. Your project isn't just some task you have to finish. It's a journey. And every single choice you make, right down to the very bricks you pick, is another step down that road. And that really leaves us with one final thought. When you choose to build with local materials, you're not just building on a patch of dirt. You're building on the foundation of your entire community. So the real question is, what will you build with it?